Intuition Kitchen, and I haven't been on a live for quite a while, so I thought I should jump on here and show you guys how to make a 5-star salad, which is kind of the term that I have coined for what I qualify as a salad that would be a meal. So a lot of people out there are eating salads that don't justify a meal. That's why salads get such a bad rap. People think salads are not satisfying, or they're just boring. So today I'm going to show you how to make a 5-star salad, and then I'm going to eat it. So I'm going to show you here what I'm going to put in my salad here. For my dressing, I've got some dates. Got a few seasonings. I've got chipotle and garlic. So I'm going to give you guys this dressing recipe that I just came up with the other night. It's fat-free, so some people want fat in their dressing, some people don't. I typically do, but I've been experimenting a little bit with some more fat-free dressings to put in the book. So chipotle and garlic are going to be the seasonings in our dressing. And then we've also got a little red bell pepper that we're going to put in there. And that's going to be it. It's only 4 ingredients: red bell pepper, medjool dates, chipotle seasoning, and garlic granules. And then some water, so 5, I guess. All right, so for the salad, now let me first off, I'll just go through the 5 qualifiers, the 5 criteria that go into a 5-star salad. So just to explain the whole concept, you got to meet all 5 criteria to qualify as a 5-star salad. If you only meet 1 criteria, then it's a 1-star salad. So most of the salads I see people eating are 0 to 1-star salads. So that's a problem. We got to fix that. So I'm going to teach you guys this whole concept. The 5 criteria are: it needs to be at least 16 ounces or 1 pound of leafy greens at a minimum. It's got to have at least 1 type of cruciferous leafy greens, so something like kale, bok choy, arugula, collards, things like that. It also has to have at least 1 fresh herb. So tonight we're going to use cilantro. Any fresh herb works. I love cilantro, parsley, dill, basil. There's quite a few you can choose from to meet your taste desires. And then also you need to have at least 5 different colored foods in the salad. So obviously red, orange, green, purple or bluish, yellow, white, brown, all the different colors. Gotta have 5 different colors, guys. Those are gonna be the polyphenols, the flavonoids, the antioxidant compounds that are gonna help to nourish our bodies, to prevent oxidative stress and inflammation, and to slow down the aging process, which is what we all are looking for, I think, right? And so then the final one is it has to have a whole food dressing. So any of the dressings that I show you are always going to be whole food dressings, and so those are the ones that I really recommend you use. But if you have your own recipes and your own likes, go with that dressing. It's got to be whole foods though, so no oils, nothing like that. All right, so that is the 5 criteria. I hope you guys are meeting all 5 of those in your daily salads. I hope you're eating a daily salad, and these recipes are going to help you to do that. And that's kind of my goal, is to help people eat more 5-star salads, and hopefully on a daily basis. So I eat one of these salads probably, every single night. So nearly 365 days of the year, I will have a big salad like this at least once a day, usually for dinner, almost always for dinner. So I guess we can get started here. I just want to I haven't done any preparation for this at all, so I'm gonna have to wash the vegetables and everything. So I hope I hope you got a lot of time on your hands to stick with us here. Now, you just get a big bowl to wash your veggies, and then you're also gonna want some clean water. So I don't recommend using tap water. That it's full of chemicals, endocrine disrupting chemicals and pharmaceuticals and fluoride and all these other things that are terrible for the nervous system, terrible for the brain, and terrible just for our entire hormonal balance and overall health. So I use distilled water. If you guys are looking for a water distiller like the ones that I use in my home, there's a link that's going to be in the description box down below. You can check out those distillers. I'm an affiliate for them, so if you do decide to get a water distiller, I would greatly appreciate if you get the one in the description box down below, because then I'll get a little bit of cash as a commission, and you guys get a really high quality top water distiller that's going to last you for years and give you the cleanest water, I believe, that's out there. So just going to fill our bowl here with our distilled water. Now, I'm not a clean freak with my vegetables or fruits. I do like to, keep it as natural as possible. But with a lot of the leafy greens lately, there's been quite a few, there's a lot of mud or dirt or little bugs that are stuck in there. So we like to get those out as much as possible. So I just give it a few chops before I throw her in the water. Now for the different colors in your salad, different shades of the same color work really well. They qualify. So, the different greens would technically qualify for different colors, because this is red leaf lettuce. We got some collards in here. We've got some curly kale. So those are all different shades of green. And in my book, that counts. So the more colors, the better.
Cindy asks, what's your favorite salad dressing?
Oh, my favorite salad dressing. That's a good question. Actually, not to promote my upcoming book, I've got a new ebook coming out. It's called The Art of Salad Mastery. It's going to be available in April, so keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know when it's out. Some of those are probably, I don't know, I really like those. But the ones that I have shown you guys is maybe the cowboy sauce. That's one of my favorites. I think that's probably my favorite. But there's also Royal Dragon is another one that I really like.
And you've made videos on both of them?
Yeah, so you can just search those in my videos and you should be able to find those. All right, so I basically just kind of massage the greens in here in the water, and then I just wring them out. And then I chop them up. So I like to get my greens really finely chopped. I think it just improves the salad experience. Makes it easier to eat. What's your favorite salad dressing, Cindy? All right, so that is 1 full head of red leaf lettuce. Got my cilantro here, so my fresh herb. I don't really need to wash this one.
Those are hard to wash.
Yeah.
Just because it gets water everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Guys, and also remember to have sharp knives. You want to have the right tools for the job to make it as easy as possible. And large, sharp knives makes the process way easier. All right, we've got some celery stalks here now. And these are pretty clean already. Alright, so I just chop them like that, and then I do just pretty much the same thing I do with the salad. I just do a few chops in a few different directions. Helps to get it down into really small pieces. You could use a food processor as well. That might be easier. You guys can hear the cats are running around a lot. We usually like to take them outside and let them walk around, but we just got like 8 inches of snow or something like that here. And so they don't like to go out when it's all snowy. So now they're a little rambunctious, so you might hear them running around, their little feet pitter-pattering. All right, so now we'll do the curly kale. And I just basically rip it in half, or a couple different pieces.
Kirk says hi.
Hey, what's up, Kirk?
He loves ranch dressing.
Ooh.
We have a ranch dressing.
We have a ranch dressing, yeah. It's pretty good. It's been so long since I've had real ranch, but I think it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. From what I remember ranch to be.
Yeah.
Do you have a video on that one?
I don't know. I think so. I know. I'm pretty sure I did it in a newsletter, but I think I've maybe done it in a video as well. One thing about cruciferous leafy greens that I like to mention is that the reason why I like to put these in my salads is they are usually going to be more calorically dense than other greens. So like the red leaf lettuce, I think that's like 14 calories per pound or something like that, or per 100 grams. And then kale is like triple that. So that's why, you know, a lot of people will have just a salad of like iceberg or, you know, green leaf lettuce or romaine, you know, some of those really kind of pathetic little heads of romaine that you get at the store in the bag. And, you know, it's so small in calories. It's so little of calories that's why people just don't feel satisfied after they've had their salad. And so if you put in some cruciferous leafy greens like kale, collards, bok choy, all those, you're gonna add some more calories, a little more denseness to your salad. So that's why I always promote that people include them. And plus they're great nutritious foods, and they're said to help promote the phase 2 detox pathway that our liver goes through to detoxify some of the pollutants in our bodies. So that's why I always recommend at least putting some cruciferous leafy greens in there to give it that density. A lot of people don't like kale because it's so rough to chew. So that's why I recommend also chopping it super fine. If you get the kale really finely chopped, it makes it so much, I think it makes it taste better, and it's just easier to chew. So definitely chop your kale really fine when you're putting it in.
What about massaging it?
Yeah, you can massage it too. That helps. I've never really been much to do. I haven't done that very often, but I know a lot of people swear by it to massage their kale. Makes it a little more tender and easier to chew as well. The most massaging that I do with, because I think a lot of people massage it with like salt or...
But you can do it with your hands.
Yeah. So I kind of massage it then, when I'm washing it.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as other people recommend though.
Yeah.
How's the volume? Can you guys hear me okay? This kitchen is I feel like it echoes, so I don't know how good the quality of the sound is.
Sound is good.
Sweet.
Their username is Green Leaves.
Nice.
Yeah. Michael said, I recently made some mango persimmon pico de gallo
Ooh.
with additional avocado and some greens on the side. When it was fresh, it was extremely delicious.
Sounds like it. Nice.
Persimmon would be interesting to add.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Was it fuyu or
Hachia.
hachia persimmon?
We haven't had those in so long.
Yeah. A few years ago, I ate so many persimmons. It was amazing. But I don't think I got any
Last year.
or
Or figs.
yeah.
It's been a long time since
Right.
we had fresh figs.
Yeah. All right. With the collards, the stem on the collards is a little more rough, so I kind of take that off.
Aw, Greenleaf said, Celine, I've missed you guys on here and Instagram.
Ah,
Glad to see you back. Thank you. It's time to be back, we feel like.
yeah.
Do you feel like? I feel like.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's what we got so far. Pretty green. All right, so now we're gonna do the carrots. And they look pretty good, so I'm not even gonna wash them. Now, yeah, I'll just chop them. Sometimes I like to shred them. All right, so however you like to have your carrots in your salads, I again like to make them pretty finely chopped. So I'm gonna just chop them up a few more times.
When you said you shred them, is that in the food processor?
Yeah, in the food processor, or
Oh.
or sometimes I just use this, the little veggie peeler.
Yeah.
Makes little like ribbons. And it really changes how it tastes.
Yeah, it does.
So you can change, you know, if you don't like carrots chopped up like this, the taste of them in the salad, try shredding it, and a lot of times it actually changes how it tastes.
And it's easier to chew.
Yeah, way easier to chew. But yeah, food processor would work really well to do it this way. It does take quite a bit of chopping.
Especially 2 carrots, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
I know. All right, that should be good. Okay. Got some red onion. We love red onion around here. And then we've got 2 Roma tomatoes and a few grape tomatoes. I'm just gonna toss those in here and let them kind of soak. They can be kind of dirty sometimes, so.
He did a backflip. Silly Jack.
Our grocery store accidentally ordered 11 cases of leeks a little while back. So we were trying to help them out, and because they meant to order 1 case instead they ordered 11. So we've, like, over the last month or 2, we've had a lot of leeks. So no leeks in tonight's salad. We're just sticking with the red onion.
We finally ran out, and they finally ran out.
Yeah.
They had leek fest.
Yeah. We coined it Leek Fest. It was fun.
It was fun. We put leeks in everything.
Yeah.
And now we miss them.
Yeah, leeks seem to be something that not a lot of people use.
Yeah.
And they're so good. You know, I think more people should use leeks.
It tastes like garlic and onion combined.
Yeah.
But mild. It's
Right.
really good though.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got the mushrooms too still.
Yeah. Which are best to wash last.
Right.
Anyways.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, I like to cut off the sticker instead of just peeling it off, because you never know what's in that sticky glue that they use to stick it on there. And I'm, you know.
And there's gluten.
Right, and Celine knows there's gluten in there, so, you know, it's did I say glue or gluten? Either way.
You said glue,
Okay,
and I
yeah.
said gluten.
Yeah, there's gluten in the glue, so anybody with like celiac or any really sensitive digestion, you might want to cut that off instead of just peeling it if you're super sensitive. But I always try to err on the side of being overly cautious when it's, you know, practical, and that's something that's super easy just to cut off, so. I think I need to sharpen this knife.
Really?
Yeah, it's not cutting through the tomato very well.
Oh, I never used that one for tomatoes.
Yeah.
I always bring along the serrated knife.
I know. I looked for it, but I didn't see it over there.
It was dry.
Oh.
Do you want me to get it?
That's okay. How do you guys like your tomatoes? I don't know, I go back and forth. Sometimes I slice them really thin, and sometimes I leave them in bigger chunks. But I know some people can be pretty particular about how they chop up their tomatoes.
I like them super small so that the juice gets everywhere, and then my whole meal tastes really salty. Cindy says, glad you're back doing videos again. We know you're working from home now, so you should have plenty of time for us.
It's true. I can't use that as an excuse anymore.
Yep. We have no commute.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna toss these in whole. Sometimes I'll cut them in half, but I'm gonna be lazy tonight.
We just need the other knife.
Yeah.
This is why we need good knives.
Yeah.
Which we do have good knives, but
Yeah. All right. So now we've got our mushrooms.
you love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. I do.
That's the one ingredient you always like want to make sure we buy.
Yeah. And honestly, I prefer steamed mushrooms over raw mushrooms. I love raw mushrooms as well, but steamed mushrooms.
There's nothing like steamed mushrooms.
Oh my gosh.
Don't they talk about something how you get?
Yeah, there's a garatine in there, but I don't. It degrades with cold, like refrigeration, and it degrades over time after it's harvested. So, personally, I don't find that to be a concern.
What are you saying? Like
The chemical that they say is
in the raw?
yeah, in raw mushrooms they say they can be a carcinogen. It's called a garatine, but I don't think it's. For me, it's not a concern because it's not just through cooking that you get rid of it. There's various factors that go into that. So.
In the digestion process?
No, just in the storage process.
Oh.
Yeah, refrigeration and length of time it takes you to, after it's picked, that goes down, supposedly. So anything exciting going on with any of you guys? It's been so long, I feel like we need to catch up.
We're excited because spring is coming.
Oh, I can't wait.
We can go take walks outside again.
Yeah.
For longer than like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting a tan again. I feel like Casper the Ghost.
Yeah, I really miss the sunshine. At least it's pretty here.
Yeah. All right. I'm not making this very Instagrammy. Although when you shake it up, it kind of starts looking nice. So that's what we're looking at so far. Now guys, again, you want to have a lot of greens. This is a really big salad, and so that's what makes it a meal. You can't just eat like a head of green leaf lettuce, like I mentioned earlier, and a few tomatoes and maybe a few cucumber slices and top it with some ranch. That's not a meal. That's like 100 calories. So you gotta make sure that you are filling your bowl with nutrient-dense, calorically adequate foods. And so that's why, again, the cruciferous vegetables get in plenty of, adding or complementary ingredients like the tomatoes, the mushrooms. Celery is not really calorically dense, but
for size reference, you could compare the bowl to the carafe.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really huge.
If that gives you an idea of how big it is. My head.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a small head though.
Avocado.
Okay, so, and the last thing, for extra credit, you guys can add sprouts.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been getting into the sprouts again. I just made a video previous to this one. We got a lot of sprouts here, so we're going through. We got almost 75 pounds of sprouting seeds here now. So we're gonna, really hone in our sprouting skills.
I want some. I forgot to eat some.
Okay.
But I want the mung beans.
Okay. So right now, we've got green pea sprouts. Oh, you can't even see that. There. Okay, green pea sprouts. These are broccoli sprouts. These are gonna need at least a couple more days. They're looking good though. And then these are French lentil sprouts. And so I've never had green pea sprouts and I've never had French lentil sprouts, so I think I'm gonna try the French lentils tonight. And these can go a few more days as well. Now you want to grow your sprouts in distilled or reverse osmosis water. You could do spring water as well. You just want to have a good quality, clean water. You don't want to be putting any, environmental contaminants into your healthy food. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few in here. I haven't even tested them, so maybe I should before I put a bunch in.
Wayne asks, do you add croutons? And I was just thinking, these are our croutons.
Yeah,
They're so crunchy.
Yep, this is how you replace croutons. With the sprouts. You can do sprouts, you can do bloomed wild rice, you can do...
Oh, yeah. Bloomed wild rice.
I mean, there's so many different varieties of sprouts you can do. Not sure if I can get... Yeah. Anyways. So, yeah, those are our croutons. Oh, yeah, I was going to try some.
The lentils?
Mm-hmm. Did you want to try some?
No. So if you guys start adding sprouts and you don't like how they taste, just give it 2 meals, and then on your 3rd meal you'll like it. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it for my first 2 meals, and it kind of ruined my salad.
Yeah, so start small.
Yeah, start small.
Maybe taste them before you put them in your salad.
Yeah. I think I wasn't expecting what kind of taste it was going to be. And then you get used to it by the 3rd time, and you really like the texture and the crunch, and just knowing how healthy they are for you, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, I would recommend Doug Evans is kind of igniting the sprout interest in the community again. So he's got some really good information on sprouts. And he just published the Sprout book, which I just received as well in the mail, but I haven't read it. But just over the last 10 years, I've been doing, I've become pretty familiar with sprouts. I've been doing off and on sprouting, and I can say I enjoy doing it when I do it. It's just sticking with it over time. And the way that Doug puts it into context and just expands on why we should be sprouting more, and especially with everything that's going on these days, having food security is essential. And so you just want to make sure you've got something that if you, for whatever reason, can't go out to the store, you can, grow sprouts in just a couple days and you'll have food. You know, as opposed to having a garden and having to wait months for the lettuce or whatever to grow. So that's one big reason why sprouting is something I think everybody should become familiar with, at least, even if they don't do it every single day. It's just a great skill to have, and just it's a tool in your toolkit of health and just personal, you know, sovereignty. So here we go. This is what we're looking at again. This is pretty much the final salad here.
Before the dressing.
Yeah, before we put the dressing on there. So yeah, and then mung bean sprouts. These are one of the sprouts I would suggest starting with. They're so easy. I know some people like to start with broccoli sprouts or lentil or alfalfa, but I think mung bean, they're probably the easiest one for me to grow consistently.
The quickest.
Yep. And so, you know, you can just toss a few of those in.
I'll have one.
And they're delicious. So, but again, like Celine said, the taste might require some, you know, time to develop. Maybe your microbiome isn't
Ready for it.
So it takes a little bit of time to adjust. So just, you know, take it slow and just experiment with different kinds of sprouts, because sprouts taste different, you know, very differently from each other. So it's
Jack bit him.
what?
Rambunctious.
Kids. All right. So yeah, just experiment with different sprouts. See what you come up with.
Marco says it's really late there, but they wanted to send us both love and hugs from Marco and Dee.
Oh, thank you, Marco and Dee. Love you guys. So we are going to start making the dressing now. And so again, it's only four, maybe 5 ingredients, depending how picky you are. We've got 4 dates. So again, this is a fat-free dressing. I typically do seed-based dressings. I just find them more enjoyable. But like I said, I've been experimenting with different fat-free dressings. And I have found that dates work as the best base for fat-free dressings. Kind of inspired by Lissa over at Lissa's Raw Food Romance. She makes a lot of date-based dressings. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. And this is gonna take, so I recommend getting the most bulk size dates that you can to lower the cost. Dates, if you're buying them just, you know, individually or by the pound, they can get a little expensive. What's that?
I said in a small pack, like,
yeah,
those are expensive, like at
Right.
Fresh Time.
Yeah, especially places I think like Whole Foods probably, they can get pretty expensive. So if you can get them at like a wholesale store, like a Costco or, you know, some other store like that, or you can get them online, which is what we typically do. There's farms out there that will sell 11-pound cases of dates for like around $40, which is insane.
Organic.
Yeah, usually, so these are not organic dates, which usually I try to avoid eating non-organic fruits and vegetables as much as I possibly can, but
They're not sprayed, right?
Yeah, I emailed the grower, and he said that they don't use any sprays.
They're just not certified.
Right, they're just not certified. So I decided to take his word for it. I've been getting these for years, and so, you know, they're delicious dates, and yeah. So 4 medjool dates. Make sure you take the pit out. All right, there's 4 dates. And now we want to do a 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle. So this isn't actually the original container. We get it pretty much in bulk, I guess. We get bigger bags of our seasonings, and then we just fill our containers with it. So it's just a chipotle seasoning. We get it at Natural Grocers. So just find one that you like. So we're doing a 1/4 teaspoon. So this stuff is pretty spicy. It can be. So.
And it has such a nice smoky flavor.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's really good. Especially with the sweetness of the dates. It just pairs with dates really well. And then we're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic granules. I try to make my dressings as simple and as inexpensive as possible without sacrificing taste. And so I hope that comes across to you guys in my ebooks and videos like this. I just try and do my best to make them super simple. I don't care for the really elaborate, 10 ingredient dressings. A lot of people just get put off by that, so I try to make it as practical as possible. And so we're just gonna cut about that size of red bell pepper. It's about a 1/4 cup of red bell pepper, I think. That's what's in the recipe anyways. I'll do just a tad more. So a 1/4 cup red bell pepper. And then 3/4 cup of water. All right, so 3/4 cup water. And that is it. All right, so I don't know if YouTube mutes the sound of loud noises like Zoom does, but you might want to turn down your volume just in case. I don't know if you guys follow John Kohler. If you don't, I highly recommend that you do if you're interested in learning about being healthier, eating more raw foods. He just came out with a video talking about a new Blendtec carafe and some other little accessories, which fits the Vitamix. And according to John, it is the best vacuum that he has tested. So it's a vacuum blender carafe, setup, and it fits on the Vitamix. So if you have a Vitamix, you can keep your base and just order the carafe with the vacuum, and it comes with like a nut milk bag and a spatula, I think, and some other things. So that's really cool. I think it is like $300, so it's still kind of expensive. But if you ever used a vacuum blender, you would understand why it is something that you want, because it tastes so much different. You can just taste that the flavor and the nutrients in it are so much higher than in a standard blender that sucks in air and oxidizes the food as you're blending it. Every revolution of that blade pulls in more oxygen and exposes the cell wall, the cells to it, and the nutrients. And so vacuum blending is something that I have been convinced that it is definitely worth it. And it's something that I believe I heard that the carafe is on back order right now because I guess everybody wanted it. And so Blendtec, once they come out with more that are available, I might have to get that because it looks definitely worth it.
Yeah, it does look worth it.
Yeah.
Especially that you can like use the little accessory and like vacuum your juices.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes with lids to like mason jars. And so if you want to store like a juice or a smoothie or a dressing or anything else, you can put it in there, and it's got a lid that has a vacuum component to it, and you just suck out the air and you can store it without losing all those nutrients that you would lose just storing it normally with the air in there. And so that's really cool. So yeah, that's another thing that comes along with it. It sounds like a great deal to me. All right. Wow, it smells good.
Yum.
Yeah.
Especially with the bell pepper.
Right.
I love bell pepper in dressings.
So there you go.
Spatula.
Yeah. All right. I was going to take a picture.
Do you want to use my phone?
Maybe. Guys, we got to get all the social media pictures taken.
I don't know if the lighting is good.
Nah. Okay. One of these times we're gonna have to we'll have your phone and we'll do Instagram live with the Facebook, or not
Use
Facebook,
your other phone.
with the YouTube. Yeah, yeah.
Your other phone.
Yeah, my other phone.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so now
Or
we're
mine,
gonna,
I don't care about.
yeah, either way. So now we just
You sound so fancy. Your other phone. It's so important.
yeah, I just got a new phone. My brother convinced me to get an iPhone for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's nice.
And your old phone's still not broken, so.
Yeah, I know my old phone still works, so I can still use that for, doing multiple live streams at a time.
Social media party.
Right. All right, now I recommend getting a nice long skinny spatula if you have a Vitamix. It really helps to get out all the sauce or the dressing or whatever you blended in it, because it can be tough sometimes to get all that out of there with all these different crevices. Okay. There it is.
Beautiful.
Oh, I spilled on the side.
It's rude.
I know. Start over.
It looks like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it kind of smells like barbecue sauce too. The chipotle gives it
that smoky
Yep.
smell. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could use this as a barbecue sauce. It's got barbecue sauce is sweet,
Yeah.
spicy. So
We should make a barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
This is probably it.
I mean, this could be another. I have another barbecue sauce with smoked paprika and sun-dried tomatoes, I think.
Oh, yum.
But yeah, this is a good
Spin-off.
other option. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so guys, what do you think? Are you gonna make this? Let me know in the comments down below. Looks pretty
really
good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of my dressings as well. I know if you're not adjusted to eating this amount of greens, it may take you a little while to build up to this amount. And so if you make half of this, you can use half of the dressing. These dressings store for 2 or 3 days. I wouldn't go probably any longer than that. The seed-based dressings are probably the more stable for longer shelf life. But even those, I wouldn't go longer than 2 or 3 days, just because you want the most fresh ingredients. That's going to give you the best flavor, the most nutrients, the
most for your money.
Yeah.
You're getting the most nutrients.
Right. You don't want to be eating, second level foods. You want the highest quality. If you're going to pay for these fruits and vegetables, especially if you're getting organic, you want to make sure that you're reaping the benefits from them, and you're not just letting the nutrition that you're paying for evaporate from blending or whatever. So, or even just sitting in the fridge. Again, that's why I love the idea of sprouting more often, daily, getting a good amount of your, nutrition from sprouts, because they're homegrown. They're not shipped across the country. They're not, picked and, sitting on the shelf for weeks before you buy it and eat it. They are as fresh as you can get, and they're, exponentially higher in nutrients than the mature plant. So, it's just, there's no downside that I can think of to sprouting more. And so, yeah, I recommend looking up some videos. Just type in Doug Evans, EVANS, and maybe sprouting at the end of that. Doug Evans sprouting, or even just Doug Evans, he'll probably pop up. He's been doing a lot of interviews since he published his book, so you'll find him easy enough. And he's got, he's an inspiring guy, and he's really promoting the sprouts in a good way. So, yeah. Anything else?
And your last video, you talked about sprouting. So.
Yeah, and check out my last video if you want to see the sprouts that we ordered, and just how we're doing that. But I think that about wraps it up, guys. I'm gonna enjoy my dinner now. It's actually later than I typically eat. We wanted to get everything set up here so we can just connect with you guys and show you what a 5-star salad is, because again, I really want to get it across to people that salads are meant to be a meal. And the salads that most people are eating do not qualify as a meal. And so I wanted to come up with a structure, a blueprint, something that people could use as a reference to know when they are making a salad that is going to qualify as a meal. And these are the salads that have, given me what I need to succeed on this lifestyle, coming up on 10 years next month. So, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Once again, just remember the 5 criteria are at least 1 pound of leafy greens. You want at least one type of cruciferous vegetable. The salad doesn't have to be all cruciferous, but just add in at least some cruciferous leafy green in there. You want to have at least 1 fresh herb. That's really going to liven up the taste of the salad, and it just gives it such a different element than without it. So I really recommend it. Plus, they're super high in antioxidants and other phytochemicals that you definitely want in your body, according to what I believe, according to my research. And then you want to have at least 5 different colors, more if possible. The more colors, the more phytonutrients, the more polyphenols. They're going to help to preserve the health of our cells and of our overall bodies. And then you want to have a whole food dressing, like one of these or like some of my seed-based dressings. Can't go wrong with a whole food dressing. So that's it, guys. That is a 5-star salad. I hope you will start making daily 5-star salads. Work your way up to something like this if you can, if you're interested. And if you have any questions, again, leave them down in the comments box below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm sure I'll connect with you again sometime this week. And until then, always follow your raw intuition.